we both learned how to use both video and audio transitions. A audio transition between the song Swaffiger by Kasabian and Pickpockets by David Holmes.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're out. Meet me at the Swiss in an hour.
I'll be there.
We did this that the change in song could give a different atmosphere as the film progressed. So to fade it out and to fade it in was a very discreet way of changing the song.
In our film noting, we used video transitions such as fade in. These are really important for us to use because we wanted to establish a new time frame, because as the character Michael has just walked away from the prison and is walking towards the camera, and then obviously it straight cuts to the title sequence, and then it fades into a new setting, and therefore can establish a new frame of time. So therefore we did learn about the technology in relation to video transitions, because we were able to establish a new time setting by including the fade-in transition within our film.
How to use specific shots to shape meaning. For example, the low angle establishing shot shapes meaning of importance of the character, as within the frame he is viewed as large, therefore being powerful due to the use of positioning of the low angle camera. We applied all the media knowledge we knew in relation to technology. For example, how to move the camera through the use of a tripod. Also, we both knew how to cut frames and position them together to create a sequence.
This is also known as linear editing. So basically, when you filmed and you're capturing all your footage, you then have different clips, and then what you do is you use the cut button on the tools list, and then it cuts certain scenes. By cutting the scenes and then placing them together into a sequence, we learned how to perform linear editing. Also, for my prelim task, we did shot reverse shots. We obviously knew how to do them, but we also learned about technology a bit more because we had to do a longer sequence. So therefore, we had to make sure we captured certain footage, for example, in the and then place it next to other specific footage. So for example, in the bar scene, where Danny's talking to the character Michael at the bar, I had to place to make sure one from each other. So when Danny was speaking, then it straight cutted to Michael. So therefore, I learned how to do shot reverse shots within the editing process.
With this, we also used the 180-degree rule. The 180-degree rule is basically if you're shooting from someone on the right-hand side of them, you can't then cross over to the left-hand side of them, because this will it will break the continuity editing. We used keyframes to move our shots out and in of the frame. We did this using keyframes. So for example, we used a keyframe from the moment we wanted to move it, and a second keyframe from the moment we wanted to have completely left the frame. After the first keyframe, you drag the picture
in the position you want it to go across the screen.
Position it out of frame, and set the next keyframe.
So for the next shot to come.
So as the film progresses, as the shot plays, as it's playing, it will move out of shot. So using this, we could we used it in the scene when Michael was getting ready.
Yeah.
This was fast-paced editing, so it had to be a smooth, quick transition. So as one moved out, another one would have to move in at the same speed. So to do that, we'd have to do exactly the same length of time it took for one to move from the centre of frame out of frame as it would for one to move from out of frame to the centre of frame, using exactly the same time. Otherwise one would leave quicker than the other one coming in, and it wouldn't look so smooth. During the editing, we were able to place shots on top of one another so that they would run parallel together. For example, the multi-shot scene, when we had three scenes going on at once in the same frame, you can drag and drop one scene on top of another, so they'll be playing adjacent to another. This allowed us to obviously use our multi-shot scene to show multiple scenes in the same frame at once.
Yeah, we also used fast-paced editing, and we learned about technologies because it's one of the forms and conventions within the Chrome Master.